Holton-Snider, back with Health and PE. We're going to start out with the PE side of something that we can do. I know quite a few of you like to play hacky sack. In fact, James, I've gotten your hacky sack off the top of the basketball hoop before at school. So this is a really cool way to do some exercise, and we can make homemade ones. All you need is an old sock. Yes, it is clean. The laundry's been done. You need a bag for storage. You can use lentils, you can use popcorn, whatever you'd like to use on the inside, even rice. These are lentils, you can get them at the Dollar Tree. Again, I'm not endorsing a brand. I'm not endorsing any of that kind of stuff. But I just wanted to pass that on, that's where you can get them. So, what we're going to do is put our beans in the inside here. Now, once we get them in there, notice when I'm doing my work, I have a scrap bag on the side. Makes it a lot easier. Now, you want to pull this down like so, to about right here, so you have about that much room. Make a sock puppet, not a pop sucker. Okay, you gotta be. But what you want to do then is just load it up. And I think lentils are a very, very good thing to use because they're smaller. They almost kind of feel like what you're using. Get them down in there the best you can. And as you keep going, get it to the size or consistency that you want of that ball. Okay. Now, what I learned to do this, swing it down so it gets a little tight. And here's a trick. You want to tie it up. Okay. You want to go all the way through. Alright, I'll show you. It's not quite the ones that you guys buy at the stores. But you know what? It still does the trick. See? It's nice. You can kick it around, bounce it around, and it works out really well. Then all you got to do is come up here to the very top of the core, cut it right off, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a homemade hacky sack now. I don't want to break my neck, but you guys are good at this. I used to be able to do this. Well, see, I can't do that, so not that well anymore. But there you go, there's a homemade hacky sack. Now, we're going to clear out the things here, and what you do with the extra seeds or beans you didn't use, you're going to want to just put them back into a Ziploc bag, label the bag of the date they were put in. That's very important, by the way. And then at that point, you're good to go. You have them to put back in the house. Don't forget to put your label on. Now, the PE part is done. Okay, there's your hacky sack. Now we're going to get into something different. We're going to get into planting and get the rest of the seeds up. I don't need any animals or my dogs getting those. That wouldn't be healthy. So we set those out of the way. Now, you've heard me say there's a lot of different things we can do for gardening. The thing you got to do is you've got to be resourceful, but you also have to be cost saving, and especially in this time, a lot of people aren't working. Now this is like a piece of lettuce type thing, the bottom, and notice it's been in water for 3 days and it's already regrowing. So what you do is you take it and you cut it, you know, romaine lettuce or the Chinese vegetable, I can't think of the name, bok choy. Thank you. This is bok choy. Put it in to water, put your pins in, and normally you want to have it filled up to the top. I just lower the water on it. I just leave the extra wood in there because it's actually kind of good for it to have some extra fiber. And you can see what it's doing. And that's a really good way to recycle, folks. And once it gets roots in the bottom, you can plant it, which ours isn't quite there yet. Now, you laugh, this is an old shoe. It's out of commission now. But what you can do, leave the laces on it if you choose. If not, I actually like to plant without the laces, and I'll explain it to you why. One, I need the laces for another project, because I do a lot of different things, and so does my wife. But what we'll do is take those laces out. Now, the tongue is here. You can push the tongue up to the top of the toe if you wish. That's the easiest way. Now, we have dirt. A lot of people, you can go out in your yard and get it. You can go to, and I'm not endorsing, but the Dollar Tree sells it for $1. You can go to Family Dollar, different places, and you can get some. Okay? Now, when you open the bag, you don't have to open it all the way, depending on what you're doing. What I like to do, my trick is to open it, and then I like to make a cut down the side, and I'll show you why. Not a big one, but what I'm doing is I'm making a flap so that when I need it, and it's hard for me because I'm left-handed there. Now I have my dirt exposed. Now, what we're going to do is take the old rusty sole out. They just normally pop right out. Okay, and the material here is really good because the water can run through it. Now, I like to do it more with my hands than anything else. Okay? You want to push it up into the toe section. Go ahead and laugh. But you know what? It's a cheap and easy way. It's something we have at home. We're recycling. And it actually works out pretty good. Now, you want to plant something in there that doesn't need a really, really deep root. Okay, so you're not going to plant something like a radish or tomato or even an onion. But what you can do, what I would recommend, is to take something like lettuce or replant something. Now, I'm going to demonstrate with this. This is actually one of my favorite plants. It's called a Hoya Heart Lucky. Okay? When you go to replant, best thing you do, there you go, is work the pot a little bit, take it out. Now, there's going to be a joke with this when we're done. Put it down in just like that. Trust me, this thing is going to grow and actually take off well. And then you always want to water. You don't need a lot of water, but you just want to put a little bit of water in there. Now, the joke is, I have the heart and soul. I thought it was funny. But there you go. Now, that's done. But you can also do lettuce in a shoe. It actually looks really cool when it comes flying out. Spinach, lettuce, any of those kind of things. So there we go. There's our heart and soul. I'll walk it up so it can be seen a little bit better. And like I said, you can do just about anything you want with it. And it saves, the water will come through, so it's not going to retain a lot of water. Now, and the other thing I want to talk about is we're going to get doing another planting thing. Is fertilizer. You know, homemade fertilizer is so important because people go out and spend hundreds of dollars. Okay? A lot of us have coffee pods at home. A lot of us have eggshells. Okay, this one is pre-blown out so it could dry. Those eggs then are used for scrambled eggs. All you do to blow it out is put a hole here and here, and then you're good to go that way. And you can let it dry. I'm just going to kind of crunch it up a little bit. I'm going to take, this is already a used one, pour this in. Now, coffee grounds and eggs are perfect. This is what's called a pestle and mortar. Okay, this is a pestle, this is a mortar, I believe. Now, all you do, grind it up, like so. Okay, you want to get it nice and ground up. And then what you can do is let it set for a day or two. And then, now you actually have homemade fertilizer. Another thing you can do is if you have a plant, you see I have plenty. But if you have some leaves that are kind of not going real good, break those leaves up, crush them up, put those in there too. Or vegetable ends, like if you have carrots and you have the end of the carrot, chop it up, throw it in there. And it's almost like a little mini compost pile. But now I actually have homemade fertilizer, which is really good. Now when you use the fertilizer, I'm going to bring back our shoe. Okay? You want to put some in it, like so. Okay? Get a little bit more here. Just sprinkle it in. Right? And then kind of dig it in the dirt a little bit. And you were good to go. So now I've just fertilized something that I've planted. Now, again, the reason we want to learn how to do all this stuff is because it's really important right now, you guys, to help conserve and save money for your mom and dad and for you. Now, I'm going to show another thing you can do. Some of us go to the store and we buy tomatoes. It's actually a pretty neat thing to do. Well, this little tomato incubator thing is what it's going to be now. It's a little incubator. It's got little holes up here in the top, serrated holes, and it's got little cups. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take those scissors that we had and cautiously, I like to do it over something, poke little holes right in like this. Don't do it on anything hard. I like to do it over something like that. Very small hole. Now, take your dirt. Put your dirt in each of these 4 areas. Now, 8 containers are really good to start plants. Okay? Now, what you want to do, just like so. Okay? Now, I have my seed basket. Actually, this is my wife's seed basket. Mine's a little bit bigger. We're going to take arugula. We're going to take some arugula. Okay? Now, arugula, the packages are really good. They'll tell you how to plant. They'll tell you how deep it needs to go and all such like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit in our hand. You don't want to take a lot. Once you get them in, now you take the individual seed and you just lay it. What I do, this is supposed to be like 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little longer. I lay them in and I kind of sprinkle them around because we're just starting. These are starters right now. Okay, now I'm going to take just a little bit more dirt, put a little bit of covering over the top, and that'll give me about the right amount of what I need. Okay, and now all you got to do is add some water. A good way to do this is take the thing, use a bottle or a glass, and just kind of spritz it. You don't want to like pour it on because it's really going to mess up where the seeds go. Now, all I got to do is take that top. I have a greenhouse, ladies and gentlemen, and these will start growing probably in about 7 to 10 days. Once they get bigger, I can put them in a shoe. I can put them in a bucket. I can put, 5-gallon buckets work really well to plant in. If we could do a tour of my yard, you'd see I have all sorts of stuff with things planted. That's really what I kind of want to show you today. And then again, you need to do some fertilizer on that as well, which I did not do. Now, another thing, you can go to thrift stores once they open back up. You can go to the Dollar Tree, and again, I'm not using that as a brand, I'm just saying. You can get small little pots, 50 cents each. Use those. I'm going to walk over here slowly and have the camera kind of pan down. This is just a container. It's kind of hard to see, but there's onion seeds coming up all inside here now. I've got one here, one here, one here. And so that's what I'm planting in there. Over here I have a bag, and this is what's supporting this. So you can use a lot of different things. So we're going to head back over here. And I hope that helped. I hope you guys learned something. I'm going to go ahead and say a prayer real quick. So if we could do that, bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you again for being with each one of us, and we thank you for keeping us healthy. And please, Lord, please watch over those who are sick and those who are having financial trouble right now. It's not easy, and I know this. And Lord, please keep all of our students, or our family also, safe. And again, we're using creation. We're using a gift that you gave us to take and grow things to feed our family. Amen. Now, many years ago, they had what they called victory gardens. A victory garden was something that the whole community would get together and they would plant gardens. Also, they would do urban gardening. And that goes on today. Like in Detroit, Chicago, New York, they take parts of parks and they actually plant, or old abandoned lots and they garden, and people are able to go right in and get them. It's a cost-saving thing. It helps the community out. And but please think about it, you guys. This is healthy. It's a much healthier alternative to grow your food at home if you can. You don't, again, all my stuff's in pots. You don't need to have this extravagant garden, okay? So for now, be safe, be healthy. God bless. We'll talk to you later.